He is your third baseman. He's a Hall of Famer. He's the number 1 overall draft pick in the 1990 Major League Draft. And he's an 8-time All-Star. He's a World Series champion. Chipper Jones. What up, dog?
What's up, fellas? How are you?
How'd you like that, man? I just wanted to make sure that you felt at home.
I mean, you stumbled a couple times. You were having trouble reading. You don't have that morning cup of Joe in you, I guess.
I was just
Tripping.
too
He
excited.
tripped, but he didn't fall down.
I kept my balance, dog. You know I got good feet. Still. What's happening, man? It's that time of the year. We had to get you on because the World Series is upon us. And as I said, you were a World Series champion in 1995. You only played for one team your entire career. And now we get a chance to watch two of the most iconic franchises do battle starting tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be. Well, first things first. Sorry about your horn.
I knew it.
Let's throw that out there. Me personally, I'm not really a dog fan. I grew up in Florida, as you know, so I'm a Gator. We're still taking our lumps, but my dad is a big horns guy. After living in Texas for the last 20 years or so, he could recite every word of Sarkisian's press conferences every week, and I got to hear all that. So it's nice. It's nice to not have to listen to that this week. He was a little disappointed, as I'm sure you are. But man, the dogs came to play and got it done. But I'm sure we'll see both of them again. Here towards the end of the season, whether it's in the SEC championship or in the playoffs.
No doubt.
So,
Chipper, I called the pound because a dog bit me. Chipper,
I was gonna send him. Hardge will tell you every once in a while I send him, some cool memes and stuff. So I was gonna send him, maybe take that Auburn player that Uga went after a few years ago. You ever seen that one?
No.
Put a Texas player in there.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been funny.
We got bit. Funny. We got bit. I had to get a rabies shot the other day because of that.
But hey, guys, really looking forward to the series tonight. Just a quick synopsis. Both teams got a big three. A lot about the Dodgers depends on the health of Freddie Freeman. But as well as I do, Mike, that, a lot of times it's not the superstars that shine, at this time of year. And I got a feeling that it's going to be a Max Muncy or a Will Smith, for the Dodgers, or a Volpe or a Verdugo, or, somebody down the line for the Yankees that really shows out. I feel like the offenses both come in swinging the bats really well. I will give the pitching edge to the Yankees. Yep. I believe their starters are a little better. I think both bullpens are very formidable. So I give a toss-up there, and as well as I do, especially in the postseason, pitching is paramount. And power pitching is paramount. So I really believe that the team that strikes out the most guys and keeps the ball in the ballpark against the other squad is probably going to come out on top in the series.
Chipper, I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm going to go ahead and put that full disclosure. And so I am a little jaded. Don't you think, even with what you said, don't you think that having a ultimate weapon like a Shohei Ohtani, or having a ultimate weapon like a Aaron Judge is beneficial to the morale of the team because they always know that they have somebody that can get them back in it?
There's no doubt. And, those guys are probably the two best players on the planet right now. Just having unbelievable seasons, not to mention careers. Obviously, if Shohei were able to pitch, he would probably be a little more valuable just because he's a top end of the rotation guy that you could count on. And I'm a little surprised as to the starting pitcher for the Dodgers, especially with Yamamoto and Buehler being rested and them not starting the opening game. I'm a little curious, even though I shouldn't be second guessing Dave Roberts because he's done a phenomenal job at managing through his bullpen. But yes, whenever you have those guys in the middle of the lineup who can change the game, who can change momentum with one swing of the bat, it is awfully comforting knowing that you have that to fall back on. If that guy makes a mistake out there on the mound, he's going to pay the ultimate price.
Do you with the way that Soto and Stanton have been playing, it's very easily to say one of those guys might be the one that steps up and is the MVP of this if they are able to
100%
hand the Dodgers a whooping.
I think it's so funny the similarities of these two teams because they have big boppers. Soto is a guy that I liken a lot to Freddie Freeman. They are good all-round hitters. They don't swing out of the zone. They take their walks. They have 300 batting averages. They have 400 on-base percentages, and they slug at over 500%. That's an all-round hitter. And then you got the big boppers and Judge and Stanton and Ohtani. Betts needs to have a good series, make sure that he's, on base. And it's just the two offenses are very, very similar. If the Yankees had the home field advantage, I would have no problem picking them in 6 to win this series. It is, on the West Coast to start with. So the Dodgers got 4 games. I do think the Yankees beat them in at least one game in Dodger Stadium. But I think it's going to probably go 7. So I'm with you, Mark. I'm going to take the Yankees in either 6 or 7. Yeah.
Oh, look at there. You just made a man smile a little bit. We're talking to the Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. And I wanted to talk to you about Mookie Betts because you brought him up a little bit about who he is as a player and what he's been able to do. He's made for these big moments. He's starting to get hot. Mark brought up Stanton. He's getting hot. These are the two guys that I see that are going to play a major role. Yes, we might have a Volpe. We have Tommy Edman, who played well and got the MVP in the NLCS.
Boy,
made some plays and swung the bat well, switch hitting. You got Jazz Chisholm, who came over from the Miami Marlins, and this was a perfect time for him and him to be able to play the infield. There's so many different players that are going to have a piece in this. But I go back to what you opened it up with Flaherty being able to get the start. Do you think that's because Dave Roberts knows that I'm going to have to get him out there anyway, and I'm going to go ahead and let him go first game?
Yeah. You got two overpowering pitchers. Flaherty's not the big fastball. He relies a lot on cutter, slider, finesse, if you will. So I'd like to hear what Dave has to say as to an explanation, because, those other guys, either a Buehler or Yamamoto, they're rested. They're ready to roll, but he's got to have a plan later on down the road. Maybe he wants Yamamoto to pitch both of his starts at Dodger Stadium. I'm with that. Why not start, Walker Buehler tonight? And if you are going to have, say, a bullpen game, why not start, Flaherty in Yankee Stadium? He certainly pitched there before. Right. It's not going to phase him, at all. But going back to Betts, look, I'm a huge fan of Mookie Betts. He is one of the solidest cats I know. I mean, in my, brief time getting to know him, seems like a tremendous young man. obviously we know what he's capable of, winning MVPs in both leagues, which I think only Frank Robinson has ever done. That's crazy to me. But he's easy to root for because of, how good a person he is. And, it's hard for me to sit back and root for one of these two teams because I hate them both. But
I hope both teams lose.
I want them. I want pain and misery on their existence.
You got the evil empire from the National League, and you got the evil empire from the American League. That's what I call them. So it's, I'm just gonna sit back and watch some of the best players in baseball go at it for the next week and a half, and just enjoy it because you don't get this very often.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we've been waiting for. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I think a lot of people, I think even you and I were talking about it at the very beginning of the season, that these are the two teams that we thought would end up playing each other just because of the talent that is on both of these teams. You didn't know that Mookie Betts he started the season as their shortstop, and then he got back into the outfield. And then Shohei Ohtani had the gambling issues at the very beginning, and then he ends up being 50-50 guy. And then Aaron Judge's big numbers. These are two iconic franchises, as you mentioned, that are now playing each other in the Fall Classic, and both coasts get a chance to watch the games. Both places are the two mega markets for the media. So this is what Major League Baseball and Rob Manfred needed to happen.
Yeah, I think, so many times at the beginning of the season we sit back and it's easy, and sometimes people say it's lazy to say, oh, the Yankees and the Dodgers should be in the World Series. It very rarely ever happens that way because you always have a couple of hot wild card teams that are coming in on the other side. This year it was San Diego, it was Detroit who got in at the last second and knocks off the Astros of all people, So there's that intrigue about, Cinderella or David versus Goliath. But these two teams squelch that real fast. And that leads you to believe that, hey, the two best teams with the, two of the three top salaries in baseball turned it on at the right time and are playing good baseball. And that's why I think we're in for a pretty exciting, epic type World Series.
Yeah, cannot wait, brother. Cannot wait.
Chipper, I before Hardge, lets you go, I gotta do this. When you talk about my Yankees and the evil empire, this comes to mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, man, we appreciate it, man. I know it's Friday. You got to get your coffee in, but we appreciate you getting up with us and breaking it all down. We're excited about the World Series. I know Mark is especially, and I can't wait to see the Yankees get crowned as the champions.
All right, fellas. Enjoyed it as always.
Thank you, man.
Hope y'all enjoy it out there.
All right, appreciate it. Tell your dad to give me a call, man. We go to a football game together.
Hell no.
There he is, Chipper Jones, joining us here on the Morning Kickoff.